Fight Live returns to Channel 5 this Friday. Two of Britain's most exciting super lightweights collide at London's legendary York Hall. Don't miss Eubank vs Farrell this Friday on Channel 5.
I'm going to share something with you that might put me in a very negative light, yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something, completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from it, and this has been like a therapy session.
This is Cook and Cassius for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. Let me just time check this at the minute. It is 10 to midnight.
I'm not sitting in for another fucking hour with you either. We ain't doing that. I'll tell you that for a start.
No, we'll come on to that in a little while. But can we just address the fact that you like to do these kind of chats and interviews late at night where you're awake and haven't just prized you out of bed.
No, I'm a night owl. I always regardless of what's going on, I'll stay up late and do stuff, and I've got shit to do in the day, so I can't be fucked to talk to you, to be honest. So I'll do you at the back of the evening.
No problem, I'll take it. I spoke to Eddie Hearn about this last week, about where Gorman ranks in the calibre of opponents that you'd faced in your career already, because there are some names already on your record, like I said, Molina, etc., all these kind of guys. But he says that this one, because of what's at stake as well with the British title, the fact that it is a domestic clash, kind of this will signify for you at the moment your toughest test to date. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, definitely I'd agree. I'd agree that Nathan is my toughest test so far, because the other factors that go into it, like he's a bit younger, he's a bit fresher than maybe some of the more experienced guys I've faced before. He's coming off a few wins now, obviously after the Daniel loss, had a bit of a resurgence, not a massive one, but still a little bit of a comeback. So he's got a bit of buzz behind him with a new promotional company and stuff. So he's got a little bit of extra fire behind him, whereas some of the other more experienced guys, I thought, like Eric Molina and so on, they were experienced, but obviously at the back end of their careers and so. And then obviously with the added cherry on top that is the British title, that adds to it a lot more. I add a lot more to the hype and stuff. So because like we were saying today, I'm the bookie's favourite or whatever, but that puts an extra level of expectation on me. Whereas before, when I would have fought like Molina or something, and then even if I'd have lost, people would have gone, oh well, maybe it was a step too far too soon, but you can kind of come back and go again. And with this fight, I'm more so expected to win. So if the unfortunate circumstance of a loss was to come around, that's a bit more of okay, maybe this is your level kind of thing.
I mean, when you look at Gorman's career, he could obviously strongly argue that kind of test for Gorman came against Daniel Dubois, which was a while ago now. That those two kind of had their fight, I think maybe 2 or 3 years ago now, when they, like I said, fought. So for him, it was after that loss was a little bit of a rebuild after, again, from that prospect stage when he turned over to the expectations, kind of like what you're having now, what Daniel's had as well, and etc. before he fought Joyce. So he could argue that was his one to date, couldn't he?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, that fight didn't go his way, and he's been able to build back and go again, and obviously come back around for the second time. And this is my acid test, but I've got no interest in losing this fight and having to rebuild and go again. Like I said today at the presser and everything else, that I've beat every task they put in front of me. I've never crumbled. You've never seen me flake in the ring. You've never seen me shy away. If anything, you've seen me get more stuck into it when the heat's been turned up. So I'm not fussed. I live for these moments. These are the ones that get me going more than the others.
There is something about not just the all British clash, but the heavyweight title as well at British level. There is something of mass appeal to everyone. Everyone's been talking about this fight since it was announced. In some degrees, more so than Dillian's fight with Jermaine Franklin. But yeah, I mean, you'll take that.
Yeah, definitely. Like this one. This fight has definitely captured the public's imagination a bit more, obviously, because we're two local guys, and I say local as in local to the country, the English guys coming up. People have kind of seen the early portion of our rise of our careers and not pinned us together, for a little while, maybe for a year or two now, and said, when the time's right, these two go together will be a good fight. And thankfully it's come it's come at a good time when we're both fit, healthy, ready to have a good fight. So I think there's been a little bit of build to it, which adds to the anticipation, and people are just genuinely interested to see, because I think a lot of people are picking this as like the well-schooled boxer versus the slightly more brawler style puncher fight kind of style matchup, and it's always an interesting one to see who comes out on top.
Well, we haven't got long to find out. By the time this interview goes out, obviously you're going to weigh in later on today, so to speak, and then it's on at the OVO Arena. I've got to ask you, I mean, did you kind of catch the shenanigans going on with Dillian Whyte and Dimitri Salita and the team?
I missed it because they did the face off, and I got up and turned around and went to like leave or do something or go somewhere. And then I heard like it all start kicking off, so then I like twitched over my shoulder, like, what the fuck's going on there? But I watched it back and I just felt like a little push and a shove, and it is what it is. Like,
you don't really see it with a promoter and a fighter, though, do you?
No, that is a strange one, but that's definitely not the person you want to just be throwing your hand on. Just no, even if they pushed you first, I'd be like, especially if I'm here, I'd be like, no worries, mate.
He's a former fighter, though, to be fair as well.
Yeah, and he's half the size of him. So
fair point.
It's not going to fucking work out well. So if I was him, I'd just be like, yeah, no worries, mate, have it, no worries, back up. But yeah, a little bit of argy-bargy, it is what it is. It doesn't matter, does it? It's not going to have any influence on the fight on the night. It adds to a bit of spice and whatever. It's just fun to watch.
But for Dillian, obviously someone you're very close with, Fabio, his first outing since the loss to Tyson Fury. So, yeah, I mean, look, it's like with anything. It is heavyweight boxing. Jermaine Franklin comes in to the fight as a little bit of an unknown American with not loads of notable names on his record, but sometimes those are the most dangerous fights.
Yeah, definitely, because he's a bit of an unknown quantity, isn't he? Like, you don't know how good he actually is. Is he as good as his coach and that was saying today, or has he got the skills and abilities like his coach was saying, or is he just more kind of pumped up? Is he like a Chris Lovejoy-esque kind of person where it's just more than the record has you to believe kind of thing? So maybe, but that's what makes it interesting to see on the night. I think that's just to see what he comes up with. Is he going to be game and just throw caution to the wind and get stuck in, and that'll make it for an interesting contest.
Yeah, I think after today, people have got slightly more intrigue in how this fight pans out. Not long to find out. Do I need to apologise to you?
For ruining my life?
What?
For ruining my life? Basically ruining my Twitter? Or any social...
You did say it, though. It's completely taken out of context, because probably a lot of people have heard the quote but don't even know what the story's about.
That is the thing as well. All it is now, because the interview we did was like a fucking hour long, so 9 times out of 10 people are just going, I'm not fucking listening to that. But that one little like 5-second clip or whatever it is of where I said I was going to go do something.
You can say what it is here, it's fine. You don't have to address it anywhere else.
Well, I can't even... What did I sound?
You went back to the dad.
Yeah, I went back to the dad, and yeah, that's I can't move from it now. I can't tweet anything. I can't fucking post anything on Instagram or anything anywhere. Even have people just come up to me and just say, "You went back to the dad, didn't you?" And I'm like, "Fucking give it a rest, mate." It is good though. It's class. I like it.
It's all right. I mean, you could have said something else, or we could have picked another moment from there. But that was the first episode of Raw: The Fight Within. We're like 13 in now. Yeah, you were the first one, and we're 13 in now.
The Chisora fight. Yeah, it was a long time ago, mate. Yeah. Thanks, mate. Thanks for the debut.
Right. When it really, like, it's kicked off already, but when it really kind of kicks off, everyone will remember the first one.
Yeah, everyone remember I went back to the dad. Fuck's sake.
Well, apologies, kind of. All right, well, listen, Fabio, appreciate it is late, so listen, we're looking to let you crack on with your night routine, whatever it is you do before a weigh-in, and we'll catch up with you after the fight, but yeah, everyone's looking forward to it. It's a much anticipated heavyweight showdown between you and Nathan Gorman, so wish you the best of luck.
Cheers, mate. Thank you very much.
Fight Live returns to Channel 5 this Friday. Two of Britain's most exciting super lightweights collide at London's legendary York Hall. Don't miss Eubank versus Farrell this Friday on Channel 5.
I'm gonna share something with you that might put me in a very negative light. Yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from it, and this has been like a therapy session.